Hello, haven't done a while in a while. Haven't done a live in a while. So let's roll a little bit. Drop some knowledge for you guys and things you may already know or not. This will be my last one for a significant amount of time because I'm off to a 10-day Vipassana insight and meditation retreat, of which I'll try and survive I'll try and survive my 10 days because it's really hard. If you're not used to meditating for 10 hours a day, which I'm not, and people quit within day 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is my saludos for at least 10 days off Facebook, which is unusual because I'm always on Facebook promoting and talking about health. So I won't see you guys for a while, so I thought I'd leave you with a little gift of some more insight that I'm coming to. I'm always endlessly learning and fucking up and going around in circles with my learning. Hi, Dawn. So I want to give you this one because I wanted to make a video on it too. I won't put this on my YouTube either, so I'll just leave it on my Facebook. I'll put up my YouTube when I get back. I can't bother to do it. My YouTube will still go, by the way. I've scheduled some YouTubes for my 10-day retreat, so you might think I'm here, but I'm not. I've scheduled ahead. You can do that with YouTube. You can put your videos, so I made them before backlog, and I put them to schedule, so my YouTube will make as if I'm here, but I'm really not for the next 10 days. But some good ones too. A nice interview from John DePass did with me, which came out fucking amazing. I love that one. That came out really good, and me and John had a great conversation about in depth on my books, and I'm really proud of how the one came out. That's part of my memories. I love my videos probably more than anyone, as you should love your own shit more than anyone else too. You are your own fucking guru, but I love looking back at them to see my state, confidence, and momentum, and how much I'm thinking deeply about things. So anyway, with that being said, let's get fucking to the point. Yeah, well, there's a reason why I write all my books, right? These are the most powerful health protocols of the world. Aged urine, sunlight and sun gazing, number 2. Third, negative ions, which encompass the entire remit of health. And the 4th one, transcendental meditation. And yeah, I've got loads more to come. I'm going to revisit on my 5th, aged urine, again, because it's so powerful. My 6th or 7th, I'm going to do sacred sun gazing. I'm going to go more in depth with sun gazing, new insight, plus junk light at night. Huge topic. What am I doing right now? I'm not looking fucking cool. I'm doing the junk light thing, so I've got that to come. Another one, semen retention, full body orgasms, mantok chia. There's just so much to come. But this one I want to go back to hand yoga mudras and negative ions, and it's huge. And how we can play this negative ion game, because let's be honest. I mean, we know what negative ions are. We know our body needs them. It's electric energy that the body needs, and we know that we can get them from such practices as urine therapy, distilled water, eating fruits, things with antioxidants in them, herbs with antioxidants. Fasting creates the body's own antioxidants, so the body creates its own antioxidants. The grounding, fucking amazing. Love fucking grounding, love that shit. But imagine if you're just anywhere, and you're not in a position, like you're in a city, you're in a poison fucking city, you can't ground, you're with your friends and family and doing that shit, doing the things you have to do, and you just can't ground at that moment. Well, there's a way of flooding your body with absolute hardcore amount of negative ions. You want to be flooding your body with negative ions because it's electric energy, it's electricity. When your body's full of electricity, you don't get diseases. When your body lacks electricity, you're fucked. So you want your body with negative ions, but you can't ground for whatever reason, because of the situation you're in. For example, there's one thing you can always do, and I fucking love this. You can always do it because your body channels negative ions at all times anyway, because your body's all powerful. This includes for diseased people, by the way, for diseased people too. But even more, if you're into health and you're working on health, physical health protocols, your body will have even more. This will be even more powerful. But don't get me wrong, if you're ill, this is powerful too. Your body is always circulating negative ions. It has electric energy in it all times. So you can't ground, you're not doing the health protocols for whatever reason. Or if you are, cool, this is still powerful. It's called keeping your negative ions that your body's creating at any moment in time inside you, not leaking it out. Because one of the key areas that negative ions that you have going on in your system, even if you're ill all the time, is your hands. I don't know for what reason. I mean, your whole body has them running through them, right? But your hands, for some reason, have the most. Maybe it's designed, I think it was designed, and actually I think it's designed for maybe for a sexual purpose too. So touch and bonding and non-sexual and sexual. So this is why sexual, I won't get into sexual stuff, but sexual massage and fucking touch is so powerful in sex as well, because what's going on? Negative ions are transferred from one human to another when you touch another, whether that be sexual or non-sexual. You're touching. Not only that, it goes deeper. Just a quick one. You go from a person with high negative ions to lower negative ions, because negative ions always go from a gradient, like osmosis pressure, goes from a person from high to low. So if you've got high negative ions and you touch, like a handshake, hello sir, you touch that person and you've got more because you're physically healthy, the gradient dictates that negative ions will be transferred healthy to the unhealthy. By the way, that's why I wrote my third book. A little great tip for my third book, I'll give it to you here now for free. If you know somebody in a hospital, I haven't got to the point yet, this is my mind, sorry. If you know someone that is in a hospital and they're stubborn, they won't do urine therapy, distilled water, fruit eating, or various healing modalities that you know that are fucking special, all this shit, they can't do sun sunlight, blah, they don't believe that shit. Guess what, they don't need to believe, because what you can do with this negative ions, which I put in my book, is you can touch them. Yeah, that's right, the healing power of touch. But I'm not talking about the healing power of touch from a psychological aspect, because yes, that does show that you care, and that's very powerful. I'm literally talking about it from a physical manifestation aspect of when you touch somebody as a healthy person in the hospital, or anyone that's ill. Here's a tip, your old granny, she's about to die. You want to heal them up, you want to give them a last fucking blissed out moment, or even heal them up if it's that point. Just touch them at some point, give them a handshake, hold their hand, because what happens is the gradient negative ions that you generate, because you're in a higher state of health than that person that's ill, the more ill, the less negative ions, it will get transferred to them by touch. And I'd say a couple of seconds, yes, that will fucking transfer it, but if the longer you hold the touch, the more you get the negative ions, and that negative ions will heal them, electric energy. Anyway, so that got to my point. Yes, Dylan, Krista, nice you're watching. Yeah, okay, so the actual point, hand yoga mudras. I don't think the health community understands the power, and do you know how I believe this to be right? I might be wrong. I don't think all of you do understand the power, so I'm going to talk a lot about it. I made a comprehensive video somewhere on my YouTube. I put so many videos on my YouTube, but if you type in on my Holistic Health Harry YouTube channel, I did a very comprehensive, I'm very proud of that one too. That came out really fucking good, that one. I looked back at it recently, on hand yoga. But there's something I missed off to that, and I'm learning new things with hand yoga mudra. And I didn't miss off the fact that it's negative ions, but negative ions, and this is the one. You can't ground, you can't do all these health protocols at a time. Well, you can. We are underestimating, trust me, we are underestimating, all of us are underestimating the power of just like a hand yoga mudra. What's a hand yoga mudra, quickly, in case you don't know? It's touching any of your fingers with your thumb. All of them do different things, but then they don't. They all do different things, but then they don't, right? So they all do different things, because I also believe, and I might be wrong, but this resonates strongly with me, this is fire, this is air. Air to fire magnifies the fire. That's Ayurveda. Air, fire, testing me now. Water, definitely the finger. Ground, no, space ether. No, ground, sorry, forefinger, air ether. It doesn't matter. Forget about that, and forget about the fact they do different things. The general concept that I want to get out there on any of them, whether that be the easiest one to do, which is Chin Mudra, very famous. Whether that be, hello, Prayer Mudra. Whether that be another one, Prayer Mudra. Coincidence that they did this? No, it's not. Rebalances the brain hemispheres. They all do different things, right? Rebalances the brain hemispheres, fine. But the general concept of all of them is they are negative ions. You leak negative ions every second of every day when you're asleep and awake, right? And the way not to leak it and to recirculate your powerfully awesome human body with electric energy and not leak negative ions, you can get them from the ground, you can get them from your fruits, you can get them from fasting, you can get them from aged urine, holy shit, or you can also keep them within your human body because you're already creating them, and people are underestimating it, like I said. So when you do the simple thing, like hold this for like 5 minutes, holy shit, that's just a major upgrade to your health. Again, health community doesn't understand how powerful it is. 5 minutes a day of that, holy shit. When you're meditating, 20 minutes, hold them, holy shit. Hold this for an hour? When you're walking around the street, yeah. You don't have time, huh? You don't have time to hold your hands together. What happens if you're at a cashier at work? Hold them fucking... Who's going to notice you? Hold your hands together. Hold them for more than an hour a day? In gaps? Oh shit. What do you think that's doing? That's recirculating negative ions. You'll notice straight away all the benefits of like grounding. For like, say grounded for an hour, you did this for an hour. It's almost the same amount of negative ions. Instead of getting them from an outside source, you've already got them inside your body. Instead of leaking them out, you're keeping them in. We're keeping in the energies. There's 2 ways to close to not leak out energies. 2 ways. One is to put the roof at the top of your tongue, which I think is powerful, but I need to revisit that one for more experiments. And this one, I fucking know now, is beyond powerful. what I'm doing here for a second as a gesticulation is actually a powerful circulatory system, way of keeping energy within the fucking system. Very powerful. You would experience it. By the way, try this experiment for any non-believers, which I know is not you guys, but if anyone, a random person is going to watch this in the future. As soon as you hold your hands together in one of the simple ones, or any of these, or all of them, one thing you'll notice, if you're an observant human being, which I hope you fucking are, is your breath will slow down. Straight away when I do this, like close your eyes, do that, and your breath will slow down. What's going on? That's negative ions. What negative ions do, they flood your body with oxygen, they increase the oxygen carrying capacity of your blood. Your blood starts with negative ions to thin out. Yeah, that's right. This can thin your blood out. If you hold this for 40 minutes, it will completely thin your blood out. Just as grounding for 40 minutes is proven by science to thin your blood, so can this, because it's just recirculating negative ions. Instead of leaking them out, you keep them in. Yeah, you don't want to leak out. A bit like ejaculation for me. Instead of leaking your energy out, you keep it back in and recirculate it. Funny how I connect dots with that shit as well. You know, there's nothing wrong with being aroused and sexual energy as a man, but there is a difference between ejaculating and leaking it out versus keeping it in, recirculating energy. Same with this. Keep it in. Keep the energy in. You'll feel from dot 1, your breath will slow down. The entirety of time you hold doing your hand yoga mudra, your breath will slow down. It's almost like doing breath work. When your breath slows down, you have more energy. And what I love, particularly, the reason why I go into alchemy is because it rebalances my brain hemispheres. Fucked. Emotional health, right? So what it would do, negative ions, is they rebalance the brain hemispheres. Once they start getting into the brain, which happens very quickly, it will rebalance the brain hemispheres. Hence why the fucking Matrix people hate the fuck out of all health protocols, including their shit. Because yeah, something as simple as this can rebalance your brain hemispheres and make you feel whole, bring out that left creative side that the Matrix has tried so hard to depress, and with school and all that bullshit and row learning. It's power, you become more creative and the best version of yourself. Brain hemispheres, 50% each, rebalance, brilliant. So that's it, that's all I want to say. This is so fucking simple, and you can do it anywhere. There's literally no excuse not to be healthy. Like, you can do it anywhere. That's why I love teach transcendental meditation. You can do that awake, eyes open, eyes closed, anywhere. Still do it. This one, anywhere. Who cares? You're walking down the streets, you're doing it, cool. You think you can't be healthy with your fucking family doing your fucking obligations. Yes, you can. This shit, man. This shit is the shit. And like I said at the beginning of the video, negative ions are leaked out constantly from the human body through skin contact and especially hands. So if you want to help somebody, you give them that touch. Yeah? And that's why sex works as well too. It's very powerful because you're exchanging from a person with higher negative energies, negative ions, to the person with lower. You can literally heal people with touch. And one of the reasons why, from a physical point of view, there's a lot of spiritual shit going on that I don't understand on that too. But yes, it's touch. And this, hands, man, look at that. There's a reason why the prayers came. There's a reason why that's that. The prayer mudra, that's not an accident, is it? It's fucking deliberate. It balances the brain hemispheres. But otherwise they all do different things to repeat. They all do the same thing, really. They all are keeping your negative ions in. And by the way, you should try this. Try sleeping with your hands like this, or in a hand yoga position. It might be a bit hard to sleep like this, but I've done this for an hour or two in the mornings. I sleep after sunrise, to bed for a bit, and I'll put my hands together, clasp them like this. And my God, if you go to sleep for an hour or two like this, with the energies, try that experiment, guys. That's my last tip for you. Try this when you're sleeping, like when you're lying on one side, put your hands together like this, because the only way your hands are going to stay together sleeping, not going to stay together like that, or that, because they relax, right? But they will actually, if you lift your side, they do tend to stay together like this. It's a bit awkward, and it might take a bit of getting used to, but it's possible. If you do that, wow, you'll wake up in the morning and think, wow, so fucking bliss. And yeah, another tip as well, when you're meditating, which I hope you guys are all into some kind of mindfulness meditation, walking meditation, or actually a deliberate meditation practice, you should always, always, always have your hands in some kind of chin, this one being easier, Gyan Mudra, but any of them, you should always have one of these whilst you're meditating. Always do it. It's one of those you can use. You're sun gazing. Cool. Hand yoga mudra. I'm not even there yet. I'm just giving you advice, like little tips you can do outside of it. You can add it onto something. You can make it exclusively that, but you can always do it, and it's very powerful. And like I said at the beginning, not enough people are committed to even 5 minutes of doing that a day, of any kind of fingers to thumb, which is going to keep the negative. Most of us aren't even committed, let's be honest, and we're all in the health community. Shame on me and shame on you guys. So anyway, I've got some value and peace, and yeah, I won't see you guys in a while. The next 11 days, going to be busy, so doing the meditation at this Vipassana meditation retreat. So yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.